Hello, welcome. This is the Daily Dharma. My name is Dina. Thank you so much for joining. Today, we're going to start off with the code cards, splitting the deck here originally to Sacral Chakra and Perception. Sacral Chakra is our self-worth, our sensuality, our experiences with enjoyment and delight. Splitting again to Passion with the soul earth. Could be some solar plexus energy. I was hearing creativity, and they both have quite a lot to do with our creative, passionate nature and how we channel that energy and we carve out a pathway and give it the intention and the vehicle to accomplish our aims. So channeling our passionate energies, our sensual experiences, stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our lives. This reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm at its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. And that we were talking about that over the weekend in various situations. I didn't even bring it up every time. It just was in the ethers about one individual began a discussion on dance and how that is the channeling of that sacred, passionate energy through the body, and that then the dance or the song or the words or the poetry that we elicit from our core becomes the tool that we are affecting and influencing the world with our electromagnetic essence. I like that. So let's see here. Oh, universal love popping out. A couple more. All right. I saw throat chakra and something flipped over here. 2 cards. Ooh, a delightful miracle. I think a few of us would say, yes, please, I'll take it. So universal love and throat chakra also. So that's quite beautiful. So how about speaking love into the world creates delightful miracles in our lives? I like that. So what are you asking for, praying for, speaking into existence? And are you willing to face down change with courage, even if not completely fearless in the face of change, to be able to synergize, to align with the forces of the demands of situations and change? And in this way, when we start to cooperate with, instead of stand in resistance to the flow of the river, then we can start, shaping our own destiny out of enjoyment and cooperative energies instead of further resistance energies. Because as you know, you can stand in the river all day long and try to push it the way that you want it to go, but you're not going to push the river. So I guess that's just a simple one. Here's Gaia. And Gaia in the moment, of course, we know, if we're tuning into this channel, that the elementals, the mother energy, it flows through the earth and animates and has its own sense of consciousness. And that's often what we're attuned to as earthly beings, however cosmic we may be. The earth speaks to us and through us, and it does demand some amount of change, but it also asks us to stand up and say, well, what would you prefer within respect to and in relevance to the flow of everything else that is becoming. There's that passion card showing up nestled between universal love and throat chakra. So being able to speak our passion in using those intense emotions and not getting caught up in the moment and directing it towards, let's say, something aggressive or angry or ego driven, something short sighted, we can look for that hidden gem of insight where balance and calm can align us with our truth and our capacity within the storms of life. So the storm isn't going to stop coming and visiting us, no matter how enlightened we may become. But we can always tap into the idea of, what is this challenge asking me to face within myself? What is it asking for me to, how shall I intend this situation? Or how will I influence, and how do I use my passionate wherewithal to create miracles for the highest possible good so that everybody is winning and getting something delightful out of this mix? There, I love to see that one. So nestled between throat chakra and miracle is prosperity. It's, when we're doing the right thing for the right reasons, there's no reason why we should not be able to ask for some type of return from the universe. And if we require a little bit of material, monetary reward, or even barter for the use of our energies, then so be it. Be willing to accept and allow yourself to be in receiving mode, even if it seems a challenge. That's when we're asking with love, okay, universe, this seems pretty challenging. You've got my attention. What in the world do you need me to look at? What do I need to see? Where are there opportunities? Where are the windows and doors opening that I can, exit or move into a new direction here or there? There's got to be opportunity, or else it would not be presented. And there's Merkaba. So the Merkaba right now, I'm feeling quite a bit like this upcoming, I keep talking about it, I know. If you've been with the channel, you know already. It's the Jupiter-Uranus meeting up. Only happens every 84 years in the sign of Taurus. And so this is the sign of love and money. It's ruled by the throat chakra. And the throat chakra is all about our integrity, our truth, our invocation, the way we speak, think, and act things into a state of becoming. And so thus, it's the application of our passionate energy towards creating miracles, delight, prosperity, further passion, things to become inspired and lit up into action for. So if something has rattled our cage for seeming better or worse, it's an invitation for us to get inspired to apply our passionate energies in a way that can create some type of, I heard concrete when I said that, something very foundational. There's something coming in about a building, and there's somebody I am connected with that I understand has a concern in this way. They're changing a church over into apartments, and there's a few concerns that arise because it's her backyard. So this can be symbolic for us too, like somebody in our space, our family, or in our work environment, something where we frequent, or a relationship that's critical to our daily. There's a way to work together. So in this situation, I'm sensing that Uranus and Jupiter, it's like Jupiter is the prosperity. It's the miracle moment where we understand in the moment that our frustration and our resistance energy has its time and place, but it isn't as effective. It's like that you can attract more flies with honey than with something else. I can't remember what the saying is. I can never get the sayings when I'm in the channel. It's weird, but I'm sure you guys have heard that one. It's a being able to understand in the moment that the way that we use what we have is key to either unlocking that door or having it shut in our face. So we need to, and this came up the other day about how we communicate with others takes a fair amount of pre-knowledge and forewarning and a little bit of research to see what the other individual's values are. Then we can speak to them in a language that will reach them at at the level of their values, so that we can create that win-win. But if we go in and say, you're the enemy, you're doing everything wrong, this is how I need it to be for my comfort, that's when we're resisting the river. It's like, if this is already in flow, we need to find a way that we can influence and cooperate, um, to find our blessings, to uncover our miracle. It's lying within the storm, which is crazy. Transition, underthroat chakra and between passion and prosperity here. Yeah, it's shifting our ability to receive is how we utilize our effective nature, how we're utilizing our masculine energy affects how we are willing and able and prepared to receive as well. And next, compassion. It's this surrender, allowing without compromising your values. It's compromising and cooperating without compromising what matters, our alignment, our person. Yeah, okay, so, and then I'll set Guy at the bottom here. So compassion coming below miracle, in between prosperity and Merkaba. Yeah, so the Merkaba is that expansion point of who we are, how we're showing up, and thus how our presence is going to magnetize the next step for us, the next tools that are coming down the pipeline. Change of mind. Maybe you are advocating for some type of a shift of perspective through either another individual, a group, or some type of way, pleading some type of case or a cause. Seeking for compassion instead of only strictly passion, which is that intensity. You're channeling it through this compassionate center. You're able to fill yourself up with the light of universal unconditional love. And in that way, it's like clearing the throat and being able to speak it into form like the magician. And you're able to perhaps shift a situation, create the change of mind, even on some level. You know, maybe they're still going to do this thing that they're going to do, but you could maybe influence the way that it happens. Or, you know, like making sure that it doesn't become a blight or an inconvenience to those that it affects by you advocating something for yourself here. There's a mutual compassion here. Surfacing, gifted. Yeah, I'm sensing that this is with prosperity and miracle here. It's like you're asking for what you want here, and you're going to be delighted if you use your energy in such a way. Then something that you want is going to come to pass. It's like being gifted with something, or it's like we each understand how to relinquish a point without relinquishing what matters to us. And here I'm seeing gifted and right. So writing things out, journaling, writing a letter, making an outline of something if you need to address something and you're sensing that you're going to become passionate in the moment and forget what you were going to say. And how often do we get out of an intense situation where like, I kind of blew that. I wish I had said it in this way instead of like this way that sounds confrontational. So if that's a fear of yours, you know, make yourself some bullets on a note card or something, or spiral notebook, something like that, manifesting from your gifted nature. Maybe you're better at organizing your thoughts if you write them down first. But yeah, we already talked about the manifestation process here. I think that we're able to manifest our gift, but maybe we're going to need to, perhaps even for some, write out our intense emotions to ourself, unfiltered, completely candid, so that we can get out all of that lingering undercurrent of resentment or frustration and really write out to the root of it. It's like, maybe it's like, I feel like this is a theme in my life that I always have to deal with, fill in the blank. It's different for all of us, and it's coming into a different astrological house for many of us. So finding out which house in your chart that the Taurus conjunction is going to hit you, it's like where it plugs in. So it's happening right about almost the 22nd degree of Taurus. I wish I had my Sabian symbols right now. I'll put it in the description box below. 22 Taurus. It'll be interesting to see what the Sabian symbol is with that. Fairy magic and manifestation here. It's like waking up to our ability to delight the senses of other individuals, to paint them a poetic picture or a visual depiction of what the right action looks like and why it's in their best interest also to create a space or to create with you this other vision or an alteration to the original manifestation that they didn't have the foresight to see. But since you're looking out your back window at this, you're like, yeah, I can improve this. But as we don't get upset, but actually see them as somebody who wants to, they want something out of this. They want money. They want beauty. They want something that you can tap into here. Manifest stays on the bottom with fairy magic, recognition, up, change of mind, simplicity, and confidence. Yeah, so stay confident in your ability to change the minds of other individuals. Standing up to be recognized in a meeting, like some type of a forum or something. Just keep it simple and base it on the things that everybody wants. Love and money. It's simple as that for many of us. But we see the approaches much differently. Caretaker, you may be somebody who has taken care of a person, taken care of a place, a land, especially with Gaia here. You are perhaps some type of, I could say all types of things, but someone who's steward to a place, someone who finds it in your interest to take care of someone. And I was also seeing this as like children that are getting older and going their own direction, being able to feel like you're also taking care of them without stifling them or demanding or controlling them. Or maybe you're the child that has to individuate from some type of a group or a culture or a family norm. Power. Oh, that's great solar plexus energy. I knew I was feeling it. Coming between caretaker, passion, and underneath universal love. You have the power of love. We got that on Friday. The magic of love surrounds you, and it is powerful, and you are powerful when you tap into love instead of resistance energy. And that'll bring the union of the goals that you guys are both tapped into at the same time. 3 more over here. Mediumship. And I know this means channeling, and it's definitely going to be part of the message where we're able to connect with Gaia and what Mother Earth wants, what the highest universal love looks like in our perspective. But I'm also finding this word and the connection here, this butterfly image here. It often to me looks like the pelvic bone. And I think that that there's a number of reasons why that's coming through, but let's start with the butterfly. To me, it's like the transformation of a situation that comes through. I'm also seeing a skull all of a sudden with a mask on. It's like transformation of our ability to see, hear, all of the audience, clairvoyance, clairsentience that comes through, and aiding us in our ability to see the middle way, often called what the Tao is referred to as the middle way, the great way, and being able to sense the flow of the situation and how to move a situation. So it's also with that pelvic bone, there's something about moving the body, stretching the body, any type of trapped resistance energy can be moved by adding breath and stretching and movement into our daily routine, being able to move those emotional fluctuations through the body in such a way, such as dance or martial arts, or by song, or by writing things out, being able to really funnel those things down, and then to pick apart which things are most crucial to bring into the situation to advance things, to move forward. Shift. I knew that shift was coming out there because we've already got the transition. Yeah, being able to shift your own energy is creating more influence and more stamina and more perseverance in your own energy, and it's rising you up. It's helping you to feel better, because if you so-called sit and do not as much, or if you dig in your heels and try to control or push the river, like we said, it's going to feel bad even if you succeed or fail. But if you've given your all and you've come from universal unconditional love and you've asked it in conjunction with the flow of Mother Earth through your voice, God, source, angelic, otherworldly, cosmic energy flowing through you, unified with your own integrity and efforts here, is going to, if not shift it into miracles like what the cards are suggesting, at the very least, it's going to shift you into the knowledge of that it's not futile. When you apply yourself in a direction, you affect and influence others, even if it's just to influence others to stand up or to raise their voices. Commitment. Maybe this is going to it's like a committee is what I'm hearing. A committee, a commitment, an organization coming together to manifest greater prosperity, to advocate for something, whether it's a land, a place, a person, a group of people. There's something that's definitely coming in for us. So I always run short on time. I'd like to get one of these Kuan Yin Kali decks cards here. I'm really looking at my archetype deck too. Maybe I'll get a couple of those and help you to understand your position and power in that way. Let's go here. Under the deck, we have Mother of Mercy. So remember, others are just kind of doing their best often, not to our estimation maybe, but everybody's capacity is different. You know, we need to be merciful and understand that we are more powerful perhaps than we understand. When we're riled up about taking care of something that's very important to us, it's going to be I want to use the word critical again. It's critical to be very merciful and gently influential instead of demanding and overbearing, because that can be scary and others will not work with that energy. They'll resist that energy too. Resistance begets resistance. Call of the Dancing Crane. I'm sorry. Please don't report. I forgot that she had her chest out. Call of the Dancing Crane number 4 is talking about how alluring we are when we're in our divine, passionate energy, and how we can wade through the waters. And the crane will just wade forever and wait for its meal to come right through its feet, and then it swoops down, grabs it, and it's good to go. It doesn't need to exert a bunch of energy in futile running around in the water, because then the fish are going to scatter, right? And this is kind of the same type of thing. When we're stepping into the mix of something, or when we're having a confrontation, our ability to call it like it is, and also to do so in a way that calls things, it calls forth the other individual, and it calls them to recognize that you guys want the same things. Yeah, and I'll just get one more here. Shodashi. So this one has 4 arms, looking to the side, only half clothed, but the important stuff is covered up here. This is she's red, and it comes over the passion card. It's something very rooted and very connected with Mother Earth here, and it seems that there's some type of youthful energy, wistful, looking back over the shoulder, nostalgia. We do have Mercury retrograde, number 26. I thought I had that on the board earlier, but I think that was in my pre-shuffle stuff. This one says, ruby red with the divine juice of life, that root energy and passionate energy rising up. She nourishes the body, mind, and soul with vitalizing pleasure, life, and joyfulness. Goddess Shodashi restores self-esteem and an awareness of your innate value, especially after a time of painful rejection or disappointment. Through her blessings, the desires of the heart can find fulfillment in new ways. She brings divine energy for the manifestation of wishes. Her presence is an indication of inner power to restore yourself and to attract what you need into your life. So I was going with, bringing somebody over to our point of view, but it seems that this is something that perhaps our efforts and our frustration is rising because we feel like we were not heard in the past, or that our needs were not honored in a situation. Perhaps our voice was not honored in the past, but it looks as though this was exactly that. It was a time in the past, and now the time for you to manifest your influence is here. This is the fertile and creative aspect of Lalita Tripura Sundari. I hope I didn't say that completely terribly. The red-colored skin and vibrant with life force. She's the power to actualize desires. The color, I'm not going to read all of this. As she appears, this is your ability to attract what you want being heightened. So you can relax and trust in your capacity for magnetically drawing all that you desire into your world. So do those prayers and those visualizations of being respected, being heard, being honored, and connecting with another individual with unconditional love, compassion, forgiveness, the expansion of the sphere of individuals connecting. And the call of the dancing crane, it's often compared to the mating dance of the dancing crane. So maybe you are dealing with a union of romantic bliss in a way. But the more that we can clue into the things that we appreciate, the things that are bringing us greater joy, even if in the midst of change and transition, being able to set our third eye sights on what we prefer instead of what we didn't like before helps us to attract from the basis of what we're drawing magnetically in that way. As we resonate with things that resistance energy creates more resistance and challenge energy. They're not going to go away, but we can say, I hear you. I'll take even better. Thank you. So this can be part of our path, learning the relaxation exercises like we were talking, breath and body, trust, enjoyment, delight, and bliss, as well as discipline, commitment, determination, focus, and a positive attitude. And this enabling us to encourage us onward and to not give up before reaching that success point. So I think that we are going to call that there. I will get you some fun cards from the notes, Love Notes from the Universe deck. We had one pop out right there. Dwell on what you love. We know it. So asking somebody to change is like pruning a tree. Neither will ever be the same again. Scarier still is that we can't quite know in what new directions they'll grow. I wouldn't change a leaf on you, the universe. So if this is connecting with an individual like that, it's often saying, unconditional love doesn't make excuses for toxicity, but it does understand that we all have something that we're resolving to do better with. So take good care of yourself and others and work on that forgiveness and tolerance energy while still appropriately advocating for your own boundaries and your own respect. If everyone really knew how much they were loved, not only from above, but by those now in their life, there'd be little hearts drawn on everything from wheelbarrows to skyscrapers to jumbo jets. And I so look forward to that day. Big heart, the universe. Maybe we could do something nice for a mate or a child or someone else, like making a little note on something, putting a sticky note on a pile of nasty paper that we got to give to our coworker, being like, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for all you do, but I have to ask for this by the end of the day. Do what you can. I can help if you need. Something like that, a gesture. And then prepare to be astounded at the momentum that we can gain by focusing on what is working, what's beautiful and right and true. And that's what it's all about, walking each other home. So I do hope that helps you. If it does, please do consider like, share, subscribing, all of that good stuff. It does help the channel grow. And we're just at the beginning, right? So let's manifest it all together. Thanks, guys. Check other messages if you are looking for some other guidance. All of the messages are intended to be timeless. So take care. We'll talk again later. Bye.